Nah, come on, you're burning me.
Honey, honey. Wait,
I'm good, that's great.
Wait, get that last little. You got a little dribble. All right, all right. You're ready to go. You've been in this game for
Burp me after the interview. We're about to run up on Kurious Jorge. He's in the store. This is what I hear. So, are you ready? Van Styles, very tight shirt on, and pasty arms. All right, let's go. Let's go through this thing. So we are undergroundhiphop.com. We're looking at, and look at this. You see what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, as always, superstars in the house. I see the CEO of Commonwealth Records in the house. Big up to you. And of course, the Puerto Rican Cuban from Harlem. Peace, man. We got Kurious Jorge in the house. Thank you for being undergroundhiphop.com.
Welcome, man. You're welcome. Glad to be here.
So anyway, let's get down to it, man. First of all, we got Kurious Jorge in the house. Of course, Constipated Monkey, Amalgam Digital in the house.
Yeah, Amalgam Digital, the present and the future.
Now, we go back. 1994, you were one of two MCs to debut on Columbia Records. The other cat was Nas. Take us back to that time when Nas is the only other rapper on your label. Was there sort of some competition like, yo, who's going to sell better, who's going to...
Never that, but there was more rappers on the label. There was Big L, rest in peace. There was the Fugees too, you know, Wyclef and them, Lauryn Hill. So, you know, there was some artists on there.
Right.
But nah, I think we were young. I think we were in different lanes too. I never felt that competition.
Right.
And I don't think he didn't. He definitely didn't because you know what he did. So
yeah. Now, of course, I just mentioned half Puerto Rican, half Cuban. When the album came out, there wasn't a lot of representation. You must have been sort of a cult hero in Harlem, man. Talk a little about that.
So, I mean, well, me for one, uptown, I mean, I've been in Harlem growing up all my life, but I'm saying where I live is Upper West Side. But I've always spent time in Washington Heights, Harlem, and Spanish Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So it's a New York thing. I mean, Queens, Brooklyn. So, yeah, at that time, it inspired younger Latino artists to say, hey, you know, I can do this. And, yeah, that's what I was out there for, too, you know.
Now, I was doing some research on the album. I didn't realize Prime Minister Pete Nice was actually executive producer. Yep. And at the time, I remember back in the day also reading about you in the source. You had this legendary story about you an intern and came through the ranks. Def Jam actually offered you sort of a production deal, but you gave your word to Pete Nice. Talk about that whole, hey, this is underground hip-hop. But talk about it. Was it difficult for you to turn Def Jam down?
Yeah, it really was because I felt so comfortable there and with Russell, you know what I mean? Yeah. So that was very hard. I actually was fighting for like, Pete, no, let's stay over here. I want to stay over here. But he wouldn't have gotten his label over there. So, you know, eventually got to the point, too, where it was getting on Russell's nerves because it's taking so long. Russell wanted me over here. Right. But I was like, in the end, I gave my word. So this dude tried to help me when I was, you know, very, you know, trying to walk. Right. You know, so that's me all day. You know, I couldn't go against that.
And now in hindsight, of course, Def Jam is Def Jam. Do you kick yourself for that? Or?
You know what? I could try, a part of my brain could try to kick myself for it, but then, you know, the other part of me comes in and says, you know, I don't even think at that time they help mold you. See, Def Jam develops artists, so they work with you as an artist. So me at that time, I didn't have the maturity level even to, I don't think, to handle a level of success that was more than what I had. So, but maybe with their guidance, you know what I'm saying, and teaching, because over here, Columbia, and in the situation I was in, I had a couple people maybe try to get through to me, but not really. So I kind of had to learn on my own. So, you know, that's the difference. But at the end, I got to believe things happen the way they meant to happen.
Right. And let's talk a little bit about that, because you blew at a very early age. And your video was on BET, was on Yo MTV Raps and all that. How did you, in hindsight, how did you handle the success and spending the money and all that? Was Kurious Jorge kind of wild for the night? Or?
Yeah, he was wild for the night. I mean, in terms of money, though, it wasn't that much, because if it was more, it would have been more wild for the night. You know what I'm saying? So, but for what was there, it was wild for the night. Yes, it was. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. You know, it was a great time, but I learned a lot. You know, when you what's the word? I guess when you take, well, I won't say abuse, because it wasn't to that level. You know, but you're young. You put money in anybody's hands and that thing, you're young. But I always had a part of me that was always somewhat, even when I'm out here, I'm not in the wrong place, though. I'm out there having fun, pushing it to the limit, but I'm not, you know, over there. So it was good, and I always treated my people well. So then when that comes back down and people don't know where Kurious is, and they be like, he fell off, I come back around my way, and it's still love, and my people was like me because I was never, you know, even though I was young, I was never on some real crazy, you know, fronting on people. So I always kept it real. If my people, if I was 40 deep to a show, if they couldn't all get in, I wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So people always respected that and liked that. Now, in terms of money, I was frivolous, you know, partying, frivolous, wild, running wild. I mean, it was a lot of fights and a lot of, it was wild. You know?